Morning, and welcome to Cam Look, your daily dose of the Cincinnati Art Museum. Each day, a staff member or volunteer will present a work from the permanent collection and pose questions for discussion. My name is Melanie Stutenroth, and I am Associate Director of Corporate Engagement for the museum. Today, I'd like to present one of my favorite paintings by Hans Hofmann. The painting is titled Toward Crepuscule and is currently on view in Gallery 230. Hans Hofmann was a German-born American painter, renowned as both an artist and teacher. His career spanned 2 generations and 2 continents, and is considered to have both preceded and influenced abstract expressionism. Born and educated near Munich, he was active in the early 20th century European avant-garde and brought a deep understanding of symbolism, neo-impressionism, Fauvism, and Cubism when he immigrated to the United States in 1932. Hofmann's painting is characterized by its rigorous concern with pictorial structure and unity, spatial illusionism, and use of bold color for expressive means. It is not uncommon to find an artist who is also skilled at science. Like scientists, true artists believe that more knowledge is better than less knowledge, and both science and art are intimately tied to the natural world. By understanding the laws of nature better from a scientific perspective, artists can more fully express their creative side. Before becoming an artist, Hans Hofmann was proficient in math and science as a child. Hofmann is also regarded as one of the most influential art teachers of the 20th century. He established an art school in Munich in 1915 that built on the ideas and work of Cézanne, the Cubists, and Kandinsky. Some art historians suggest it was the first modern school of art anywhere. Kandinsky, in particular, pioneered abstract art, using vibrant and expressive masses of color with no recognizable subjects. Hofmann was compelled by Kandinsky's theory and practice of art, and would carry this influence with him throughout his career. After relocating to the United States, he reopened his School of Art in both New York City and Provincetown, Massachusetts, until he retired from teaching in 1958 to paint. His teaching had a significant influence on post-war American avant-garde artists, including Helen Frankenthaler, Nell Blaine, Lee Krasner, and more. Some of Hofmann's other key tenets include his push-pull spatial theories, his insistence that abstract art has its origin in nature, and his belief in the spiritual value of art. Toward Crepuscule is a masterful example of Hofmann's late slab paintings, a style that visualized his theoretical concepts. Thick, richly painted brushstrokes overlap on the canvas and act as a background to the bursts of red and green forms. The liberal use of pigment create texture and depth and reveal Hofmann's dynamic energy as a painter. Toward Crepuscule and other late paintings are characterized by the juxtaposition of the strongly colored rectangles. These created the feeling of space because the human eye sees different colors as being at different distances from it. Hofmann termed, again, this effect push and pull. What was it that Hofmann imparted to his contemporaries that made him such an inspiration? As both an artist and a teacher, the most important tenet to which he was dedicated was the influence of nature on art, and the way that he believed nature found its full expression in painting was through color. As an artist, his goal was to always paint from intuition, to remain spiritually connected with nature, and to refrain from planning the result in order to keep the spirit of discovery alive in his work. But as a teacher, he learned he must be precise in his directions. The balance he found between guiding his students and letting them remain true to themselves mirrored the balance in his paintings. It was a reflection of who he was. Through his prolific teaching career and experimental painting, Hans Hofmann made a generous impact on generations of 20th century artists. I leave you with a quote from Hofmann and a few questions to consider. The ability to simplify means to eliminate the unnecessary so that the necessary may speak. Art cannot result from sophisticated, frivolous, and superficial effects. Through a painting, we can see the whole world. Do you have a former teacher who challenged your view of the world or your place in it? What can you simplify so that the necessary may speak? Join us tomorrow at 10 a.m. for another Cam Look.